Ini number one, so the axis of distance time graph for an object moving straight line. This is on the y direction is distance in meter, and on the x direction is second. Yeah. On figure 1.1, draw between time 0 and time 10 seconds the graph for an object moving with constant speed 5. Constant speed 5, start graph from 0. Oh, kalau velocity 5.0 berarti distance over time equals to 5 ya. We will use misalkan kan 20 bagi 4 5 ya. Nah, berarti begini guys. 20 over 4 itu kan 5 ya. Kalau Sir ngambil titik ini ya. Sama dengan 40 divided by 8 adalah 5 ya. So graph-nya kurang lebih seperti ini. Graph-nya kita kasih tanda merah saja. Oke. Question I2, state the property of graph that represents speed. In mathematics, we call it is tangent, ya, or gradient, ya, or slope. Ya. Ini yang kita sebut biasa adalah gradient. Gradient or kemiringan, slope. Ya. Gradient or slope. Ini angle theta di sini ya, tangent ya, tangent y over x is tangent, or slope or gradient. Okay, between time 10 second, time 20, the object accelerate. Wow, the speed at time 20 second is 9 meter second. Calculate the average acceleration between time 10 and time 20. Oh, kita kalau acceleration itu kan change ya. Acceleration itu change v ya. Change v they have 9.0 minus 5.0 ya. Dibagi time-nya. Time-nya adalah interval time. Time taken-nya is 10 to 20. So this is 20 minus 10. So the acceleration is 4 divided by 10 ya, 0.4 ya, 0.4 meter second square minus 2. Okay, this is the acceleration ya. Acceleration is change in velocity time taken ya. Perubahan kecepatan dibagi waktu. Ya. Then continue again. I will close this. Admit. Okay. I move to the next slide, to the next page, yeah, page 3. So the axis of speed, yeah, speed graph for a different object. So the axis. Oh, the object has initial speed 5 50 meter second and decelerate uniformly at 0.35 meter second to for 10 second for 100 second. The speed has sensor speed. 50 berarti dari sini ya. And then they have decelerate 0.35. Berarti they have down slope ya. Cuma kita lihat slope-nya down-nya itu start from 50 because they have initial velocity at 50 meter second, decelerate uniform, jadi 0.35 for 100 second. So they have a change velocity around they have change velocity around 35 ya. 50 minus 35 equals to 15. So this point, the final point is in here.
50 minus apa, Pak?
50 minus 25. Because deceleration ini kan jadi dia nilainya harus 35 per 100. Ya. 0.35 ya. Deceleration it mean ini kan it mean somethingnya itu adalah 35 divided by 100. Nah, in 100 second. That's 35 ini sama dengan minus 0.35 ya. Ini equals to 15 minus 15 minus 50 minus 15 in 100 second ya. So
Okay.
jadi final velocity 15, initial velocity 50 ya. From this ya. Atau sorry Bapak kebalik ini jadi 15 kurang 50 supaya negatif 15 minus 50. Nah, jadi negatif ya. That's it. So the graph is like this is 15 ya. 15 itu 1 2 3 4. Berarti di sini. Yes, correct in here ya. The middle between 10 and 20. Okay, calculate the distance traveled by object from 0 to we use trapezium ya. We use trapezium. Trapezium area. Distance ya. This is same thing also with area of trapezium. Trapezium. Karena graph-nya seperti itu ya. Nah, area of trapezium itu this is same thing with 50 tambah 15 bagi 2 ini tuh gini. 50 plus 15 a half ya dibagi 2 0.5 dari itu but dikali dengan 100. Jadi sebentar, I take the calculator. 65 dikali 50 ya. 3,000 is distance. 3,250. Yeah. Yes, that's it. Hmm. Ya, seperti itu ya, guys. Jadi area equals with area. Distance equals with area on below the graph. Ya. Distance itu adalah area di bawah graph ini. Ya. Oke. Continue to the next question. Wow, difference. Ya. Okay. So a hollow metal cylinder containing air, yeah, floating in the sea. Okay. We have seawater. This is surface of the sea. This is air. This is water in seawater. They have deep 1.2 and they have length of the cylinder is 1.8 meter. Okay, this is bottom. Figure 2.1. The density of metal used to make cylinder is greater than the density seawater. Explain why the cylinder floats. Why cylinder float? Combined density ya, density of metal or air yang di dalam itu ya itu lebih kecil daripada seawater sehingga dia float ya, dia mengambang. This density of metal ya less than density of seawater. This density of metal or air contained yang di dalam sini ya itu lebih kecil daripada density seawater. Jadi seawater itu they have a force to upthrust this metal cylinder ya. Seawater itu masih punya force ya untuk menaikkan silinder. Why? Because ini seawater density of seawater ya itu bigger than, lebih besar daripada density of cylinder, metal cylinder. Okay, now B question calculation. Aduh ini admit. Okay, the cylinder has length 1.8. Yes, correct. Its float 1.2 meter submerged in the sea. Yeah. The bottom of cylinder has the area cross-sectional 0.80 meter cubic. The density seawater 1020 kilogram meter 3. Calculate the force exerted on the bottom of the cylinder due depth of the seawater. Oh. If you remember about force, yeah, force is PA. Yeah. When you remember this about pressure, yeah, this is equals force over area. Yeah. And pressure, yeah, Jadi breather itu adalah rho GH ya. Atau kita ubah gini, force yang ditanyakan itu equals to PA. Then we have P ya, hydrostatic pressure ya. P equals to rho ya, density ya, times G times H ya, rho GH. So this kalau kita copy ini, maka force equals to rho GH times A ya. Tinggal kita kalikan semuanya ya. Nah, kalau kita masukkan nilainya, maka force equals to rho is density of seawater 1020 ya, and gravitational acceleration I think we use 9.81 yeah, and h is rho, h is this 1.2 yeah, because on the seawater yeah 1.2, and the area is 0.8. So if we calculate this number, ya kita coba kalkulasikan. 1020 dikali 9,8, 1 dikali 1.2 dikali again 0.8, 9.605 ya. Oke, ini ya 9.605 ya. Newton ya, around that ya. If we use the gravitational acceleration around 9.8 ya, but if you use gravitational acceleration around 10 ya, different again. Okay, that's it. This is force acting on the cylinder when the cylinder float on the seawater, and this is static fluid pressure. Yeah, we call it as the static fluid pressure. Yeah. This is static fluid pressure. And what about this one? This is about upthrust force, yeah, force upthrust or Archimedes force, yeah. If you remember, yeah, this is about Archimedes. Archimedes force. Okay, that's it. Okay, now deduce the weight of the cylinder. Explain your answer. Yeah. Weight, yeah, actually same thing with force Archimedes. Yeah. Same thing with Archimedes. Why? Because this is obey to Newton first law. Yeah, the total force equals to 0. Gini, with itu same thing with ini. Ya, 9,605 Newton. Why? Because ini tadi ya, resultant force equals to 0. Actually on the vertical ya, vertical line equals to 0. Ya. So F equals to weight ya. Di sini force equals to weight. Ya. Because total force equals to 0 ya, force minus weight equals to 0, so force equals to 0. Awalnya sebenarnya force minus weight equals to 0 ya. So force equals to weight ya. Force equals to weight. Yeah, that's it. Okay. I will move to the next page ya, after around 5 minutes ya. If you want to copy, please copy. Yeah, I will take the drinking water first ya. Yeah, continue again. Yeah. Oh, okay. Whoa, number three, aircraft. Saw an aircraft on the deck in the aircraft carrier. Yes. Feature 3.1. The aircraft accelerates from rest along the deck. At take-off, the aircraft has speed of 75 meters second. The mass of aircraft is 9,500 kilogram. Calculate the kinetic energy of aircraft at take-off. Ini gampang ya. Kalian tinggal a half mv square. This is a half. Pakai ini aja deh. A half. Mass is 9,500 and then v square 75 square setengah mv kuadratnya. Then we have kinetic energy around a half ton 95 times 75 square 26,000 26,718 ya, joules. Yes, that's it. Or 2.7. No. Masih ada lagi 7. Oh, bukan. Ini masih ada lagi 750 ya, not point. Jadi kalau kita bikin, if we use in exponential, kinetic energy equals to 2.7 ya, times 10 power, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 ya, in joule. Yes, that's it. Kinetic energy. Then B question, an aircraft carrier catapult provide accelerating from the aircraft. The catapult provides a constant force of distance of 150 along a track. Oh. Calculate the resultant force on the aircraft as it accelerates. Assume that all the kinetic energy takeoff is from the work done and aircraft by the catapult. Oh, okay. This is about length, yeah. Work done. Oh. Oh, I see. They call me about work done here. Work done equals to force distance. Yeah. This is work done. Yeah, equals to force times distance. Yeah. FD. And also work done. This is about kinetic energy change. Yeah. Kinetic energy change. Yeah. This is kinetic energy change from 0 to something, yeah, to 2.7 times 10 power 7 joule. Yeah. So this is equal to FD. Ya, jadi kalau tanya F-nya, nanti ya kinetic energi yang tadi divided by D. Ya. So, force equals to uh, uh, this 2.7 times 10 power. I copy from this aja. Divided by D is 150 long, ya, meter. Jadi nanti around kita kalkulasikan sekitar 1,8 ya. 1.8 times 10 power 5 Newton. Oke, ya. I use this because they call me about work done. Ya, work done is equals to kinetic energy change. Ya, kinetic energy 2 minus kinetic energy 1. Ya, and then since kinetic energy 1 is 0 because take off from rest. Ya, from rest. Ya, and after they have velocity around 75 meter second. Okay, that's it. Okay, continue ya. If you want to take a picture, screenshot, please now screenshot. I will go to the next page after around 2 minutes. Yeah. Okay, continue ya. Oh, different question. What is that? Figure 4.1 represent an atom. Yes, represent atom basicless approximately same size as figure 4.1. Sketch on figure 4.2. Yeah, the arrangement of atom in crystalline solid and figure 4.3 arrangement atom in gas. Oke, misalkan kita bikin same size ya, sama same size. Let's say segini ya, sama ya. Nah, in the solid berarti ya ini more apa namanya lebih berdekatan ya. Ya gini aja ya. Lebih teratur ya. Ya. And the gas little bit apa namanya berjauhan ya. Tidak teratur. Nah, ya, I think like the one, like this one. Describe the motion of the atom in the solid in solid. Uh, in solid, yeah. Uh, they don't have move because uh, uh, apa namanya, attract force is big ya. Karena apa, daya tarik menarik antar partikel itu kuat ya. Dia hanya vibrate atau oscillate ya, berosilasi ataupun bergetar ya. Jadi atom ini atom itu oscillate or vibrate. Berosilasi atau bervibrasi, bergetar ataupun bergerak bolak-balik ya. This. And question BII. A sculptor makes a statue from the block of crystalline rock using a cutting tool. Yeah. Explain why he must apply a large force to tool to remove a small piece of rock. Sculptor makes. Yes, block. Yeah. Yeah, because they have attractive force ya between atom itu sangat besar ya. Hmm. Tadi seperti saya bilang attractive force ya. Between atom. Why must blur out? Atom or molecules ya, in rocks ya, in the rock ya. Molecules in the rocks. Hmm. Or this is about energy also ya, energy between about energy ya. Apa seperti tadi ya, force berarti nanti energi over distance. Kalau kita mukul berarti kan force distance-nya harus besar ya, maka work atau energi ya, to separate ya. To separate ya, molecules or atoms, atoms or molecules. Yes. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. This is actually like nuclear also. Yeah. Nuclear cannot separate it because they have attractive force. Big, yeah, big attractive force. Okay. See about C question. Kita lihat satu ini question lagi in this number. A helium-filled balloon in the room and house suddenly burns. Oh, state and explain in the term of atom What happens to the helium from the balloon after the balloon has burned? Because this is speed of molecule so high ya. Jadi dia akan menabrak wall dari balloon itu. Helium atom in the high speed ya. So maybe the helium atoms, yeah, the helium atoms apa namanya move in moving or apa travel moving travel ya, in the random direction with high speed ya. Jadi dia bergerak acak tapi dengan kecepatan yang sangat besar ya. Makanya dia jadi meledak ya. Ya, intinya seperti itu ya. Seperti let's say helium field on the bulb is like a particle. When the particle move in in random direction and they have high speed, so it will be make a kinetic energy on the wall or kinetic energy with the others molecule. Okay.